when it comes to valuation of other financial assets and liabilities, this understanding that we gathered about time value of money is going to come in handy at every stage. So that is what you must keep it in your mind. And remember, uh, there is no big challenge as far as remembering the formulas are concerned, because the formula for the future value of single cash flow is very simple: 1 plus k raised to n. Future value of a multiple cash flow is also very simple. You have to have a series of cash flows. Again, the formula is going to be 1 plus raised to n. Future value of annuity is a formula which I always remember: 1 plus k raised to n minus 1 upon k. Now this is the formula for future value of annuity. The formula for the sinking fund factor is opposite of it. So friends, these formulas, only I think 2-3 of them you will need to memorize, which I think you should do, because it would be quite handy when it comes to the exam. Otherwise, all of you should be able to use the the Excel sheet which is available to you on the examination hall. You should be able to use the Excel and be able to find out the future value of an annuity or present value of annuity. Now, I don't think you will require this information more than once or twice in the whole paper, not more than once or twice. But if you know how to find those out, it would really help you undoubtedly. Then remember, you in the examination hall, they will also give you, because this is what I saw when I appeared, they will on demand, they will give you present value, future value, factor tables. So you can go get those tables, and I'm sure all of you will know how to use them. So in case you do not want to calculate the annuity factor for a given period and the rate, you simply need to refer the present value investment factor or annuity factor table, and you can very easily find it out. Go vertically, go horizontally, come to a point, and that is the factor that you have to use. So you should be able to use logbooks. Yeah, logbooks, correct, that's right. So Devang, these logbooks, at least I remember, was available on demand. I mean, I did not have to use it, that's a different story, but it was available on demand. So that facility is also available to you, and that is. Forgotten to use logbooks. Pardon me? With Excel coming, we have forgotten to use. Yeah, correct. That's right, absolutely, because Excel is more handy. Yeah, more handy. Okay, so that is what, and then this is what we learned when we talked about the fixed income securities. And remember, all this knowledge that we gathered in the context of fixed income securities is again going to be useful to us when it comes to the valuation of other financial assets and liabilities. Now, what are these other financial assets and liabilities? Now, these are, for example, bond. These are, for example, convertible bond. These are, for example, warrant. These are, for example, CCD, compulsorily convertible debenture. These are, for example, FCCB, foreign currency convertible bond. So these are preference share capital or preference share convertible preference share capital. So these are the examples of the other assets and liabilities whose valuation we would be doing now. And you can very well understand when you look at the screen that you have in front of you that all this knowledge that you gathered in the earlier sessions is going to be useful to you in doing the valuation for other financial assets and liabilities. Now let us start the valuation of other financial assets, and we start the valuation of a bond. So how do we do the valuation of a bond? Now I'm sure, friends, you will remember this. Do you remember this? Yes, sir. For valuation of bond, we need to remember the relationship between YTM and value of a bond. I'm sure you will remember. If YTM,
Yes, sir. Yes, remember.
correct. So now using this understanding, using this knowledge, let us do the numerical, let us do the valuation of a bond. And here I am giving you a very simple exercise. And so what you have a bond, the face value is rupees 10,000. Tenure is 10 years. Coupon rate is 10%. All is given in front of you on the screen. Frequency of coupon is annual. What will be the value of this bond if the YTM or market interest rate? Now please remember friends, what you see in front of you, it says YTM or market interest rate. So what you need to pick up from here? You need to pick up from here that sometimes the question might say YTM, sometimes the question might say market interest rate. You do not have to get confused. You understand this is the rate at which you have to do the discounting of the cash flow coming from this bond. So what you have to do, you have to find out the value of this bond in three situations. Situation number one, when the YTM is 10%. Situation number two, when the YTM is 8.5%. Situation number three, when YTM is 12%. So this is what you have to do. I would like all of you to quickly try it on your notebook, and I can give you a time of 3 minutes. Okay, don't do it for all three rates, just do it for one. Just do it for 8.5%. So if the YTM is 8.5% or the market rate, interest rate is 8.5%, then please find out value of this bond. And I'm giving you a time of 3 minutes, which is more than enough for you to find out value of this bond when the YTM or the market interest rate is 8.5%. Your time starts now.